Hello, hello, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. Alright, let's see what we got for you right now. I've been very requested on this car, especially one follower, which I finally got to get to your car, the one that you've been requesting for 3 weeks, like you told me in the comments. Finally, I'm getting to it. You see, you gotta be a bit patient, and I'm getting to it. It's just that there is, I got steps, I don't want to be, I like to jump from brand to brand. Let me just move a little forward. I like to jump from brand to brand. I don't want to be back to back like Peugeots or back to back Fords or back to back Citroën. I like to mix it around. So now I got to yours. I did a Peugeot not too long ago, but I got to yours now. But let's see. We have a Peugeot 301 143 scale. Now let's see more about the Peugeot 301. It was a subcompact sedan produced by Peugeot from 2012 all the way down to today's date. It's still being produced, still being remodeled. Being used. This is the first generation because they did well. It's only one generation so far. It's just that they did a facelift in 2007, but this is the older gender. This is the first ones that came out, which is if I'm not mistaken, there was a no. I'm not mistaken. There was a Citroen called the LSA. I think the LSA. I have it also. I have to look for it. Okay, it's called Citroen Z LSA, and they were literally almost very similar in their looks. From what I remember, I read in these um, vehicles that they were basically more for the like the third world countries. They were produced mostly for those markets. Example, initially they started in sales. They started in Turkey, and then it went to Western Asia, and then Africa, and then Latin America, and then Central Europe, and then Eastern Europe. And like I mentioned before, designed specifically for the emerging markets. The 301 was not sold in Western Europe markets except for the French overseas departments or regions. I am guessing like French Guyana or places that still regulated under the French flag. So basically, this car was never sold in Western Europe, which I'm not really sure. I never understood that. I think it's a car that perfectly would have been sold in Western Europe. I think it's the size that could definitely compete with other models. And also, it's not the first time I see this happen on a brand. I remember a while ago, Fiat came out with a car, I think it was called Palio, Fiat Palio, which I have it also. I'm gonna. Sorry, guys. I always say I have it because then when I talk about it, I remember them. But I'm gonna bring it up in a future video. But also, Fiat Palio was a car that, if I'm not mistaken, was never sold in Italy, their homeland. They were not sold in Western Europe, but the rest of the world, they were quite popular. In Latin America specifically, they were very popular, but I remember not in Western Europe. I never understood that because the Fiat Palio example, real quick, it was similar in size to the Fiat Punto. So I'm guessing it was like a competitor for the Fiat Punto. But I think there's always space for one more. It's like when you have guests in your house and they say where two eats, three eats. Example, if there's food for two, there's gonna be definitely food for three. And I think there's space for everyone. I don't know. I just didn't really find a sense of that they couldn't share markets to models from the same brand. That's just my view. Let's talk about engine, guys. These are the small Peugeots. They're considered quite small. So engine-wise, on these little boys, is a 1.2 3-cylinder Well, I'm shocked. Three cylinder? And they had a 1.6 4 cylinder. These are gas engines. And then you had a diesel engine, which was a 1.6 4 cylinder diesel. Transmissions, you had a 5-speed manual, a 4-speed automatic, or a 6-speed automatic. So I guess you got more or less both transmissions. Some markets out there, they rather have the old transmission, not the new one. I mean the old, I mean the old when I mean by stick shift, because that's how they started everything with a stick shift. Then the automatic showed up, but a lot of countries are still comfortable driving only stick shift. All right, guys, I'm gonna let it go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. So, what do you guys think about this nice little Peugeot? Have you ever seen them in person? One thing I wonder, were they ever exported? Like sometimes some Peugeot fanatics or other, models that you cannot see in your country and you export them. Do, have you ever seen them in Western European roads? Maybe people that drove from like what Eastern Europe, I would say like Poland, Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary. Have you seen people that showed up to the Western Europe driving these cars? I wonder how reliable were they? Are you do you still see them, many of them, the older generation on the road? Let me know where you guys are from. What skills you guys collect. Thank you so much, by the way, for subscribing and clicking the bell. Don't forget the bell next to the subscribe button. And thank you very much for those nice thumbs up. It really helps with showing me that you are interested in these videos as much as I'm interested in making them. All right, everyone. Take care of yourselves more than ever. And goodbye.